Hey everybody, it's vanburman here, welcome back, and today I just want to do a little bit of a video to talk about sort of plans for 2021. I wish you all a very happy new year as well, because what day is it? It's the 27th of December today, so we're not too far off entering a new year, and I'm sure new challenges that will bring. Of course, you know, this year's been one of those, well, I'll say one of those years. A year like no other for sure. And I don't know if too much will change in 21, but, you know, there are certain things that I've done on the channel this year which I've really enjoyed, and, you know, some stuff that I've got plans to do going forward, hopefully. So this is just a video of intent. It may not necessarily happen, of course, but there we have it. You know, just to set myself some goals, I guess, for this year. Stuff I want to do, knowing full well may not get through all of it, mainly because I don't usually know what video I want to make from one day to the next, or even what the next project will be. So I guess to a certain extent this might be a little bit of spoilers, or it might just be, you know, one of them. I must say though, and I will stress this now, if there is something that you do particularly want to see, or a different spin you want to see, or even if there's just like maybe a graphics card you'd like me to take a look at, then that of course something I can take under consideration. Obviously, once again, no guarantees. So stuff coming up for 21. Obviously, I've started the website now, which you will have seen in my previous video. Do feel free to go and check that out. It will be in the description of all my videos going forward. So I plan to keep that up to date. Well, first to get that up to date, and then to keep it up to date. Still very much work in progress. Not all of the buttons work on there, but you can get a sort of feel for how I want it to look at the minute, which is quite cool. I want to do a lot more photographs of projects and things that I get working on, especially, or maybe as well with the house also. I think some of that's quite interesting that I just don't ever tend to really properly document, so try and do that. And there's going to be some more, you know, hardware bits that I've been working on. It's going to be, hopefully, this is, you know, me talking now before I've even started to do it. You know, doing some more work on, you know, water cooling builds. I've got a few ideas for some of them with some parts that I've got, which I really should have already done videos on. But yeah, hopefully that'll be coming up. I want to finish, I think I said this last year, I want to finish the Fallout 4 survival mode playthrough. Unfortunately, once again, I have lost. I don't know why I keep letting this happen. I thought I'd saved my settings, but I've lost all my OBS settings for my stream, you know, the overlays and stuff, so I'm going to have to put them back together again. Obviously, it's not one of those that is particularly time consuming, but it does take, you know, a good couple of hours to get done. Luckily, I've already got all the assets and everything, so yes, I will work on that at some point, and hopefully we will do another episode of that. I was hoping to do it sort of over this week, next week, but hopefully at least I can get the stream settings and everything all back up to where they should be as a minimum for that. So, because I don't think we're actually like too far off finishing that playthrough. I think we're, you know, making good progress through it. It just needs a little bit more of a fresh impetus, I guess. One of the other things that, you know, I've been speaking with Joe about is obviously, like I said, to take more photos or even like videos of the projects and stuff that we do occasionally work on. Obviously, it's been really difficult this year, but I think we both, you know, sort of really enjoy tinkering around with like the water cooling and that side of things. So I'm hoping that we'll do that a bit more in the next year, and also sort of try and document some of the stuff or modifications to stuff that we've already done. We'll see. You know, but that's why you may have seen in some of my other videos I bought a table. I've got another table. It's just a collapsible one, so it gives me a much better sort of setting for doing videos and taking photographs and stuff. Only because, you know, my desk, especially now, although it has always been that way, is full. You know, quite frankly, got the monitor, keyboard, you know, mouse. Obviously, now I've got my work stuff all around as well. That adds to the clutter. So I'm hoping that new space will give me more options for that kind of thing. I do want to do. There are a few graphics card videos that that I really do want to do, which I'm a little bit far behind on them at the minute. I've got many half-started projects as well that need to get my head back into and actually finish off. So that's another big one. And I'm trying to think, there's really anything. I think they're sort of like the main bits that I want to do this year, next year, I guess. There was, going to be the, I guess, travel vlog, but don't know. Probably not 21, probably more 22. So yeah, won't put any promises on that. I'll carry on doing my ever popular unboxings as well, because I know that people never dislike me taking stuff out of the box, and I guess on a personal level, to get back into training and fitness a lot more. I think definitely not having gone to the gym last year has been difficult. It is something that I've said this for a couple of months now, or have started to say this for a couple of months, that I'm starting to miss. And I think, while I'm glad and grateful that I've got the space and some of my own equipment, it's not the same as being able to go to the gym and do it. And, I think a lot of the ritual around it is quite important as well, which I know maybe does sound a bit silly, and obviously should be making do with what we've got, but I don't know. I think it's one of them, a sort of impetus to get you out of the house rather than, being in your house, then doing your workout after work. It's fine. But yeah, that's not really one for a video, but that is just more for myself for the next year. I don't think there's really too much else. I've been doing some work on my Raspberry Pi in the last day or so. I'll just show you actually. Don't know if it warrants even doing a video one, but I bought this with a screen. I was going to use it as a what am I looking for? Photo frame, but instead I decided that it would actually be quite cool to turn it into a little retro station-y type thing. So it's quite a neat thing that I also would like to be able to hook up to my TV downstairs as well. So I don't know if it will make it out, but it's got 2 HDMI ports on there, power port. So you can just straight run it through on this monitor, or you can obviously externally put it through the TV. So it'd be quite good to have that dual functionality on it. The minute I'm up to the point where I had to spend a bit of time trying to get root access to this, because unbelievably the screen actually goes the other way around, normal orientation, which doesn't sound like too big a deal, but then you've got all your ports at the bottom and you need sort of like right angle ports to get it done properly. The only thing I've done that's different, I guess, is I got one of my sort of aluminium heatsink bits that came with one of my graphics cards that I bought. I think it came with the GTX 470. And I just got some thermal padded on a little heatsink onto the processor, because it does run really hot actually. And I managed to get it down by about 10-15ish degrees, in that range, under load. So that's, really big improvement for not actually, that much tinkering. I think, it's a relatively cost-effective solution. Naturally, you'd want a fan or something like that in there, but I find that the fans for these kind of devices are quite small and obnoxious. So I think the more passive cooling you could get, the better. So maybe that's something, I could potentially look at in terms of doing some more stuff with the Raspberry Pi. Something that I'm really keen on. I really like the idea of. It's just, I guess, trying to find more applications for them. The good thing about this is it comes with 2 screw holes, so you could mount it to a wall or whatever. I think that's quite incredible. And even sort of make your own little arcade cabinet. I imagine actually that I don't know if any of you have seen it, but I'm going off on a tangent again, but the 8-bit dough arcade sticks, they've got a new one coming out. Well, it's already out in America, I think, but they're releasing it in the UK. And one of them with one of these would go really well. Downside to this is, it doesn't have a built-in speaker, so you would need to also hook up external speakers. It becomes a bit of a full-on project, I think, at that point. But, nevertheless, it is something I'm interested in, and yeah, more than happy to share my experience on that. the games that I want to look at for next year, now I've not got too many earmarked, I must say. So I'm sort of starting off on a blank canvas almost in terms of games that I want to do, especially for the channel. So I was thinking, and the reason I said about the Fallout 4 survival mode is because I would really like to do Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Probably do that as a stream rather than as a rather than episodic playthrough. So I think that would be quite interesting for me to do, even if no one else is particularly bothered, because I would like to play through it again. And I think, that's probably the next one on the list in terms of for that. But obviously, we've got to do the survival mode first, and I know that, Dave, you'll be very glad to hear about that. I'm also hoping, don't know if it will be a thing. I'm also hoping maybe to, if Dave's up for it and he wants to play some Left 4 Dead, then maybe we could do that next year on his shiny new Q6600 machine. Should be powerful enough to do that, so that'd be good. Not for videos, just just in terms of interaction and that. I think I'm probably about it. I think there is me also noticing the trend to more sort of hardware related stuff as opposed to looking at games. But it's all stuff that I happen to be interested in. I know that that's not the same for a lot of people. I know that there's not that a lot of the wide shared appeal that that I have in all things. But for the time you guys are here watching the videos, I do appreciate it massively. As much as I do stand by it, of course. As much as the channel is for myself, I do also enjoy making the videos that people like as well. And I think if and when we hit that, those situations where both align, that's sort of the optimal for me. Something I really enjoy and something people also enjoy to watch. So yeah, pretty happy from that point of view. Don't think I have any complaints, really. Other than the usual ones. And yeah, I think that's about it. But yeah, let me know what you think. Of course, as always, and I'm sure that more stuff will pop up, but they're on my hit list for next year. Hopefully we get through most of it. And yeah, maybe then I'll have a look at this at the end of 2021 and see how far we got. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you all next year. Bye for now.